Hey guys, Buffy Game Vet. Today bringing out a video, and today we'll be covering Insurgency Sandstorm. So this game has been out on PC for a little bit over 2 years now. I believe it released back in 2018, and back in I think summer 2019 or summer 2020, this was supposed to have been released on consoles. However, that was delayed, and finally we're at a point now. It's going to be coming out on consoles here at the end of this month, September 2021. Insurgency Sandstorm will be released for Xbox 360 and PS4, and will have high resolution and texture packs available for both the new Xbox and the PlayStation 5. So we're just going to jump into this. You'll see the trailer for the actual console release in the background, and surprisingly, if this is all console gameplay, it actually looks really good and right on par with the PC gameplay. The graphic fidelity in Sandstorm is nothing amazing, however it looks really good, and this is a tactical shooter first and foremost. So it's not AAA graphics, but again, the graphics on PC look really good, and they fit the game, and it looks like the console gameplay, the graphics are following suit. So the gameplay itself, if you're not familiar with the game, first off, it's really, like I said, it is a first-person tactical shooter. It's set in a fictional Middle East conflict, and basically in the game itself, you can play in PvP or player versus player. There's objective-based game modes that go on here, a lot like Search and Destroy or like something like Rush from Battlefield. Basically, there's a few different modes, but one of the ones that I've played a lot is you go in and basically you're setting an IED, taking different points A, B, C, D across the map, just like a Rush mode in Battlefield, if you're familiar with that. So it's a really immersive gameplay. You also have 8-player co-op where you and buddies can play against just AI, and that's also a lot of fun to play on too. I've done quite a bit of that as well, especially with some of the modding on the PC version of Sandstorm. Can be a lot of fun. Things like the ISMC mod too can make that gameplay really immersive, realistic, and fun. But again, realism, tactical immersion, things like that, this game really does this one of the best, I think. Right up there with something like Tarkov. It's very real. The movement system is as close to you're going to get with any tactical shooter. The leaning mechanics, there's no crosshairs on your weapons, so the immersion itself is very authentic. And again, the attention to detail on all the weapons, the reload animations, everything on the weapons. I'm not sure how if they scanned these, something similar to like what Modern Warfare did, Call of Duty, where they scanned all the weapons and put them in the game assets like that. But the attention to detail on the Sandstorm weapons is very good. Reload animations, everything's very accurate, especially the movement of the characters, how your soldier reacts behind cover holding your weapon, how you peek and lean corners, things like that. They do a really good job. And again, it reminds me of the movement system a lot like Tarkov. And on PC, I have my control set up just like I do in Tarkov. So you can really move around, like I said, really tactically. None of the slide canceling, bunny hopping, things like that. This is a slow-paced, very fast time to kill tactical shooter, which is a lot of fun. So each weapon has its own animation, sound, ballistics. There's different sounds based on where you're firing, if it's indoors, outdoors, the kind of room you're in, whether it's a concrete room, a wooden room in a house, things like that. The gameplay itself allows you to do things like kick open doors, peek doors, throwing grenades, things like that. So there's a lot of ways to approach some of the combat in the urban environments, which is a lot of fun. Again, a tactical shooter where you need to really use your brain and work as a team to complete the task at hand with the objectives. Things like being able to kick in doors or peek it and throwing grenades and then breach the room, breaching clearing rooms, things like that is just a lot of fun. That's something I wish we would see in more multiplayer games, especially tactical shooters, but I'm glad this is finally making its way over to console. Other things for this, characters and weapon customization. So the weapon customization in Sandstorm is extremely cool, and again, it works a little bit differently than something like we're going to use your typical Call of Duty or Battlefield. There's a checks and balance system basically in place here, where you have, think of it as a certain amount of allotted points, and as you keep playing throughout the round, you gain more points. But those points go through your whole character. So whether you're going to spend all your points on weapon upgrades like optics, grips, lasers, barrels, suppressors, you're going to be taken away from things like attachments for your pistol, different armor, your lethal grenades, your tactical grenades like stuns, frags, night vision, gas masks. So really up to you how you deck that out. You can select things like heavy armor, light armor, medium armor to allow you to move faster or take more damage. And again, with the fast time to kill in this game, it's really like one shot to the head, you're done. Very realistic damage model. So one shot, 2 shots, you're going to be out of there based on what kind of armor you have on. So the weapon customization is really solid with this game, as well as with the character customization also allows you to customize your character very in-depth too. So the way you do that is, again, after each round, you'll get an in-game amount of currency. You can use that to spend on items in the in-game shop. Things like armor plate carriers, pants, shirts, hats, face gear, sunglasses, helmets. All those things would be available for you to purchase after each round. And again, this is all in-game currency. And of course, there will be some sort of in-game store option where you can pay real money to get different items as well, which is a given the type of game it is. You need that sort of in-game system basically in any game these days. And again, that's something, if you're offering really good tactical gear for the game, I'm definitely going to gladly spend my money. Now in the background, you'll just see some gameplay from the ISMC mod from Sandstorm on PC that I've captured before. And again, I do have some videos down below. I'll link that playlist, or the Insurgency Sandstorm playlist, where I go through different weapons from the ISMC mod and play with them. But here you'll probably see some AK-12, AK-105, and maybe some Mark 17 of the Scar heavy gameplay going on here as we just talk through this. And again, the one thing about this is whether or not there's going to be mod support on consoles. So on the PC, the gameplay you're seeing in the background is for the ISMC mod. So the ISMC mod basically takes, it's a community-driven modding program which takes a lot of new weapons, new equipment, tactical gear, and throws all these new assets in the game. They added a lot of new weapons, the Scar Light, the DSA-58. A lot of new weapons have been added with this ISMC mod. And again, the gameplay, it's mainly was started off as co-op, and they just added a PvP as well. So the question is, will we see all the weapons and assets that were added with ISMC mod on PC on the consoles? And I really hope that's the case. I haven't heard anything confirming or denying it. I'm assuming we probably won't see it. I'm assuming they're just going to be offering the base game itself. But I really hope that there's some sort of ISMC modding community presence in the console version, or they at least bring over some of those assets that the ISMC modding community put up there, because that modding community is a big part of the game on PC, obviously. So to see those on console would be a lot of fun. Again, the ISMC mod is really how I play this game. It's just, I would play the co-op mode against the bots with, again, just random people online, and it's a lot of fun because of the realism aspect of this game being a tactical shooter. Different weapons like the Mark 17 or the Scar just feel like they hit like a 7.62x51 should. The AK-105 feels really good. There's a lot of different weapons available with the ISMC mod that weren't in the base game. The AK-12, the AK-15 were some of those weapons, and there was just a lot of additional weapons that they added outside of what the base game had. The base game has a lot of weapons itself, however, the ISMC mod just did a great job of continuing to add the assets and support to the game, which is something you would expect to see from the development studio themselves. But the ISMC modding guys just did an amazing job. They should be working for AAA companies, I feel, because of the weapons they added, reload animations, everything like that. Just a lot of fun. You could also put on all the attachments you wanted basically on your weapons and utilize to deck out your character in full. So there was no really restrictions there like you're going to see in the base PvP modes. But let me know down below what you guys think of this. Is it you going to be getting this here on console? Again, it comes out here at the end of September. I'll definitely be getting it here on console and covering it here on the channel for sure. This game is right up my alley. We'll be making a bunch of different weapon builds, playing it on stream, things like that. This game's going to be a lot of fun. Again, I'm going to get it on PS5. Luckily, I was able to get a hold of a PS5, so I'll be playing it on the PS5. And good thing is I can play with the last gen consoles as well. No information on crossplay or anything like that from between consoles. We'll have to wait and see if that's going to be a thing or not, what the difference is between PS5 graphics and PS4 graphics, but I will be playing it on PS5, so I'm really excited for that. The game itself will be a lot of fun. The weapons you can make in this game, extremely cool. You can definitely make some very tactical weapons. Tactical weapons, which is going to be a lot of fun to do on this channel. Let me know what you guys think down below. Are you going to be buying this? What do you think of the game? Do you think it'll have modding support like the ISMC mod? And also, one thing I noticed lately is there's really been this game itself comes as a breath of fresh air just before Battlefield releases. There's really been a big dry spell of first-person shooters, specifically on console. It seems like we've only had, the only game that's been there FPS-wise for consoles that's in the modern-ish setting era that I'm interested in is Call of Duty. And that's really been there since Modern Warfare 2019, and really before that there really hasn't been that many either. So it's really refreshing to finally see some games come out for console. Again, Sandstorm is going to be a lot of fun. That'll definitely fill a good gap here on the channel, as it seems like I've just been stuck, or all console players in general have really just been stuck with Call of Duty. And so finally we're going to be getting another Battlefield here next month. We're going to be getting Insurgency Sandstorm at the end of this month. Going to be getting Hell Let Loose very early October, which is a proper World War II shooter. That'll be a lot of fun as well. So I'll probably be covering all that here on the channel. Let me know what you guys think down below. Are you feeling the console dry spell for first-person shooters, or is that maybe just me? Let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, this is Buffering Gaming with Insurgency Sandstorm here on PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, and the next generation consoles. Till next time, Buffering Gaming, out.